Hello everyone, in this video I'm playing National Master Chess Dojo. He plays the French, play Bishop d3, selective variation, take on e4, Bishop f3, just trying to create imbalance, c5 attacking d4, knight e2, protecting the opponent d4, knight c6, kick pressure d4, Bishop e3 to protect the pawn, and d4 if everything is traded, and d4, the endgame is good for white, queen b6, attacking the pawn and b2, but I can sacrifice the pawn with just castling, because if taken b2, there's knight c3, knight bc3, rook b1, attacking the queen, there's compensation for the pawn. Master Chess Dojo, his real name is John McCulture, strong player, 1972 FIDE, rated. So he plays the best move, bishop d7, developing. Here, if he takes on b2, I have knight bc3 and rook b1. Protect my pawn with b3, which was unnecessary. I could have sacked the pawn. Knight bc3 or c3 or knight a3 also. But it's still okay, equal position. And here knight d5, which is a mistake because I can take on d5, bishop takes d5, and knight c3, attacking the opponent d5. Here I take on d5, knight c3 is better for white because also the pawn is attacked on d4, so knight c3. I keep protecting the pawn on knight c3, knight bc3, attacking the pawn on d5. And here white is better, the pawn on d5 is attacked, so black must defend it. And here I have knight d4, but better was takes on c5 and knight e4 was better, but this is still good because after bishop takes c5, I had knight e4, poke the queen and bishop and win it piece. But here I just win a pawn. I played wrong move order. That's still better for white. I'm up a pawn, knight d4, trading when you're up material. Knight takes, bishop takes d4. And white is a pawn up. a5 here. Usually when we play a5 and a4 because we're threatening a4 or h4, h5. Just to prevent idea of a4. So I will play a4 myself. Now we need to convert the pawn advantage. Bishop f5, putting pressure on c2. So here I just play developing move. Queen d2, connecting my rooks. c3 was also good to remove a pressure on the c2 pawn and cementing the bishop on d4, queen d7, protecting the bishop. Yeah, I'm going to play queen g5, threatening checkmate in 1, which is always good. Maybe he will miss it. f6, best move, probably, yeah. And after that, I just come back, queen d2. Just playing each pose here, because I have a solid advantage with pawn up. Bishop d6 also was possible, but f6 I think is better, attacking the queen, cutting f5. So I'm just going to go back to d2, protecting my c2 pawn, probably later developing my rook on f1 and a1. Rook e8, rook e1, challenging the open file. Rook e4, attacking my bishop, but it is protected. Here I can just trade because I'm up material. Rook takes e4, pawn takes, probably bishop takes was better, but okay, attacking my bishop, let's c3, protecting the bishop. Rook d1 probably was better. c3, rook d8, putting pressure on d4 bishop. Rook e1, attacking e4. Queen d5, attacking b3, so I protect the... So I mean, I could have played queen b2, but I play a more active move. Queen f4, putting pressure on the bishop on f5. The queen cannot attack the b3 pawn, because when I take the bishop on f5. So bishop g6 only move, and here I activating my queen, queen c7, attacking black rook on d8 and a5. So here, black needs to defend the a5 pawn, but he blended with rook d7. And here, can take on a5, but I miss. And I played queen b6, protecting my b3 pawn, but I could have just take on a5. Because if queen takes b3, I had like queen a8 check, or c6, queen a8, and c6. Queen a8 probably. I just protecting my pawn. I can again take on a5, but I don't take. I push b4. Again, I can just take on a5. Then I play h3. Bishop f5. And here, I finally take on a5. There's got a few mistakes in it, or I could just take on a5. And now white is completely winning. I'm 2 pawn up. Just a matter of technique, like they say in books. Bishop e6. Just play queen b5, putting pressure on the d7 rook, attacking also b7. Queen b6. I hesitate with queen b6 and queen b5. Probably queen b6 and queen b5 are all the same. Just trying to create a pass pawn also. A pawn. Pass pawn. Okay. Queen g5. Threat. Bishop takes h3, so I need to prevent the threat, and king h2, king h1 are good moves here. Just preventing the threat of bishop takes h3 and queen takes g2. I hesitate between king h2 and king h1, but it doesn't matter. King h2, f5. And here I can just break with c6, attacking the rook, putting pressure of the b takes c6, queen takes c6. I'm attacking the bishop on e6 and the rook on d7. Black is trying to create a disparate attack on my king. And also, I'm low on time. Just 1 minute, 39 seconds, but there's 5-second increment, so I won't get flagged. Just has to be careful here. King f7, protecting the bishop on e6. Here I can just create a pass pawn with a5 and trying to promote to a queen, because the pawn is protected by the bishop and the queen. The advancement is quite safe. So he gives a check. I go back, king g1. He goes back, queen g5. I just push my pawn, trying to promote my pawn to a queen. There's no threat of bishop takes h3 here. Probably if he will try to quit a threat f4 later. Okay, queen d2, attacking my rook. On e1, just don't let the rook, so rook f1. And here, he's trying to prevent me from creating a pass pawn. He played queen a2. Queen a2, the pawn is attacked on a6, so I can push a7 because the rook will sack for the pawn. And so just play b5, protecting the a pawn, and creating a passer. Rook d8, I can just keep pushing my pass pawn a7. I could have also given a check, even if I could also have given a check with queen 7 check, but just push the pawn. Rook sacrifice, and before sacrificing with bishop, but I can just promote to a queen. I have two queen. If queen takes, queen take, I'm I have a queen for a bishop and boss pawn. Okay, I will just keep pushing my b pawn to create another queen, a boss. Okay, just check, push, e3, this does nothing. I can just full mode. He's just trying to create a mess, but does not work. Let's see if there's any check or perpetual, nothing, just full mode to a queen. I have checkmate incoming, but I'm a bit low on time, less 1 minute, so it's completely winning. Take, I can just move my king, but I will just take the pawn. Check, there's a check on g2, so I can give check with queen. Yeah, I have checkmate with queen e8, but I miss it. I'm just going to take the bishop to prevent any counterplay, perpetual check on g2, anything. Even if it does not work, just take the bishop. I'm low in time, no complication. And here, queen f7 is a good move, attacking the rook on d5 and f5 pawn. Also queen h5. But okay, here I can just take an f5 with check, g6, queen f7, king h8, queen f8 check, and rook f7 is checkmate. Thanks for watching. Subscribe. See you guys later.